paying off your mortgage is a terrible idea. Now, of course, that really depends on who you are, what your goals are, and what your risk appetite is. But if you're thinking about creating wealth, paying off your mortgage is not the smartest way to do it. Now, it's important to note, of course, if you pay down your mortgage, then you're going to save yourself a lot of money on interest. But the problem with paying down your mortgage is you forgo the real benefit associated with home ownership. Many people fail to recognize that the real benefit of home ownership, there are billions of benefits, but one of the real core benefits of home ownership is the ability to leverage. Leverage means the utilization of an asset to derive more assets, or the utilization of somebody else's resources to make you more money. If you buy a property and the value of that property goes up, which naturally over time property tends to go up, the value of your loan tends to go down due to the erosion of the value of money. So if you've got a £300,000 loan, that value tends to go down over time. The value of your money is worth less due to this thing called inflation, while the value of the property is going up. The mistake a lot of people make is they take good money. Good money means physical, active, earned income, which means money you work for, you labor for it, and you put it into a property, which is fine, depending on your risk appetite. But when you put that money into the property, that money stays in the property, and that money does nothing for you and doesn't pay you or make you more money. Therefore, you're not benefiting from the benefit of having money in that property. It's technically dead money. It's sitting there dead. The value's going up, but what is the benefit of your property value going up? Okay, fine. Your children might benefit from it. Fine. If that's your philosophy, then that's not a problem. You buy a property solely with the intention that your children benefit. But if you don't have children, here's a conversation. And also, if you need to make some money while you're still alive, because the average life expectancy right now is about 82, 83 years old. So you've got a long way to go. So the children might be secondary, but let's have this conversation. Taking good money, stashing it away in a glorified bank account, AKA your property, and never having access, even though the value of the asset is increasing exponentially and significantly, and you can't do anything with that money because you live in the property and you're taking extra money, which means you are overpaying your mortgage and putting more good money into that property, and you're never going to see that money ever again, because the vast majority of people will not sell their family home, and the vast majority of people will not do the one thing, that one benefit that property allows you to have, which is to remortgage your property. It doesn't, by my opinion, make sense to pay down an asset to save on the interest. Fine. You pay down your mortgage, go with the assumption you're able to pay down your mortgage in 20 years as opposed to 25 years, saving you 5 years and saving you tens of thousands in interest. A wiser way, in my opinion, to look at this would be twofold. Rather than taking more good money, putting it into a property, which means money that you're unlikely to see again for many years, it would make more sense to take the extra money, the overpayments, and put it into the stock market, which gives you liquidity, also invested, but it gives you access to that cash should you need it. There's that fine line between, do I pay down this and reduce my interest payments, or do I invest this money with the likelihood of it showing 7 to 10% return? Take into consideration your monthly mortgage payments are based on around 3, 4, or 5%. Stock market can show 10%, taking into consideration inflation, therefore making it 7%, so it's still outperforming what you would get if you paid down the mortgage. The second part that many people fail to realize, it's this opportunity to remortgage your property. So if you're going to remortgage your property, it means you're going to be able to take money out of your property and use that money to acquire additional assets, or to invest in other things, or to have cash to do alternative things. Paying down your mortgage makes no sense if you're planning to sell the property at some point, or if you're planning to remortgage the property at some point. Because if you remortgage the property, you're adding more debt to the property. But the benefit of remortgaging far outweighs paying down a couple of £100 extra per month on that property. Let's go with an example. Let's say you bought a property for £100,000. The property is now worth £300,000. You remortgage and you take out £100,000. Now on a basic level, now I think this is like elementary basic stuff, and I wouldn't even do this because it's basic. But at a basic level, you take out £100,000 and you use that £100,000 to buy you 3 basic properties. Let's go with the assumption you buy one for £100,000, which means you put down a 25% deposit, which is £25,000 plus stamp duty plus some cost, that's 30k. Then you do another one, another 30k, and you do another one, that's another 30k. You've now got 3 properties that will be rented for £600 per month, and after all costs, you make around £300 per month on those properties. That's £900 that you've just derived from this singular asset. Now, of course, your costs go up on this asset, your first property, but the revenue, the money generated from here pays down that cost and leaves you with more cash flow. And then if you wanted to, you could use the money derived from these investments to pay down your mortgage on your primary or residential property. It's significantly about being smart with how you utilize your money. Yes, one asset allows you to buy multiple assets. Those multiple asset and rental income can pay down this mortgage if that's what you want to do, because you've now got more income to service this loan. But more importantly, you now have 4 properties that can increase in value. And guess what? If you were that person that we spoke about earlier on that wanted to leave something for their children, you've now got 3 additional assets that you could leave behind for the children. Hey guys, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.